What up, ALK Mafia? It's your boy Artie Kicks, and just like that, we back with another one. All right, y'all. So they just don't know when to stop, man. So Nick Cannon done mocked Eminem's Lord Jamar diss, I guess, off the album. Let's hear what this man had to say, bro. Come on, man. They don't know when to give up. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's hear this.
Well, he dropped his new album.
I ain't heard it. I heard it.
You
really like
were not mentioned on it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I haven't heard it. I watched his fans debate whether I was mentioned on it. Nah, he did say this. Nah, that's not referencing him. Like,
I don't think he mentioned you.
He knew, because there was conversation to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth, keep my family's name out your motherfucking mouth, and it was okay. We
pause. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm confused because how is Nick Cannon coming with this type of energy when him dissing M in the first place was to get M's attention, to get M on the show? Invitation wasn't you putting out invitations for him to come on the show? Look, if he would have came on the show and said some stuff, it would have been over. It would have been over. Come on now. Oh my God. I don't. This is. Come on.
no, and it was.
Well, before we leave this conversation, just one last question. I don't think I've ever actually asked you this before, but have you ever had a conversation with Mariah and said, what exactly was your relationship with Eminem? What did that consist of?
She talks about it openly. First of all, the song "Obsessed," which really bodied the motherfucker. If you listen to what she's saying in the song, she was like, look, dude, he was a cute little white boy that was popping at the time. We hung out a couple of times. I ain't never slept with that dude. Like, like, if you know Mariah, she's one of those people, and one of the reasons why I fell in love with her, she values herself so highly that even if it's somebody she like, I didn't have sex with her until she was my wife. Like, that's her level of thinking. And she stands firm in it. She'll be gladly to tell you the story of how she feels about her body and the respect she has for her body. But I'm pretty sure they dated and I had a few drinks and all of that good shit. And even if you listen to all of the disrespectful shit he says, he clearly admits he never had sex with her and it was nothing more than just, a boy, girl, I like you, you hang out with me, I'll fly to you. Like, Mariah's a boss. She ain't got no reason to lie about that shit. And we had that conversation. I was like, why is he going around blatantly disrespecting and lying for clout? And then we still talking about it 20 years later.
Well, on the new album, my friend Lord Jamar gets mentioned.
Yeah. Shouts out to the king.
Said,
shouts out to the Lord.
Well, in the last song of the album, Eminem said, I'm far more worse than a 40-some bar Lord Jamar verse. Nothing means more than respect, so when I curse, you could say I swore to protect my image. I have zero time or regard for it never was. Been claiming rap when it's not yours. If it was anyone's house, G-Rap and Rakim would have you mopping floors, Run DMC would have you cleaning sinks.
Yeah, he says, that's him like, hey guys, like me. I know rap. I like these guys. I like these black guys. I don't like that black guy. These black guys are cool. Black guys are cooler than you.
But not that black guy.
Not that black guy. Like, I mean, like,
he sucks.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
And this right here.
He's doing it again. What's so bad is Nick Cannon believes that that's Eminem's truth. That he doesn't like this black guy, but I'm going to call out these black guys because I like those black guys. When really they're just guys. They're just other human beings of the same race. The human race, how many times I got to say it? But Nick firmly believes that he likes those black guys more than he likes that black guy because he just said that. He believes that because he said
it. Ultimately stems from my interviews with Lord Jamar.
Always. I'm surprised he ain't mentioned you yet.
He did on the last album. He said, "I'll smack Vlad with an ISIS flag," and I couldn't tell whether it was about me or not.
Yeah.
Because it is my name, but It doesn't quite make
and
sense.
then the thing, like, that's why I be making fun of his rhyme schemes. Like, at this point, like, he just be, wham, 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 wham. It's like,
well,
don't nobody do that no more.
You know, the whole, you know, it's G-Rap's house. They would have you mopping the floors and all that. That goes back to Jamar saying that Eminem is a guest in the House of Hip Hop.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, that's why I said his invitation's canceled.
I just don't see.
No, you said the real reason, more than likely, because I don't know your truth, but what everybody is speculating is the reason you canceled the invitation is because he wasn't responding to the first two invitations. Fooling yourself much?
How a white person in hip hop could take this as an insult. Like, I was saying this before me and Jamar even met. No, we hadn't met, but before we started doing interviews. Like, there's an old interview of me where I said, yeah, I consider myself a guest in the House of Hip Hop. I feel very lucky to be doing hip hop for a living in the section that I do it in. And people will say, well, you're a guest, but Eminem is not. And it's like, millions of people listen to my hip hop shit every day.
You're far more certified.
Cut it out.
And I think it's skill set. And I'll give you this prime example of how it works. I'm a practitioner of martial arts. Many different styles. I was a kid. I had a black belt in Taekwondo when I was 12, all that stuff. Started taking it real seriously. Everything from ninjutsu to Muay Thai. And when you study these things, you know, Taekwondo is Korean. Kung Fu, I'm White Lotus Kung Fu practitioner. That's come from China. Ninjutsu is coming from Japan. Like, and to go, I've been in Asia. I've been to Thailand, and you go there. No matter how physically strong I am, no matter how fast my kicks are, no matter how dope I am with learning all the forms and the punseis and all of that stuff, I will always be a guest to those cultures because I'm not of that. That DNA is not in me. I was not born into that. No matter how many black belts I get, no matter how many asses I whoop, you can put, I'm a guest and I have to bow down to the institution that was built that created those martial arts. Same thing.
Pause. I was waiting for him to say something that was going to validate the fact that Eminem is not a guest in hip hop, and is what he said just now. Listen.
Asses I whoop. You can put, I'm a guest and I have to bow down to the institution that was built that created those martial arts.
He said he had to bow down to the institution that was built that created that martial arts. Let's say Marshall Mathers for this because it rhymed. But anyway, Marshall. Eminem is somewhat of a guest, but he's more than a guest. He was a guest because he came into something that was created by African Americans, but he also created paths for a whole lot of other artists, especially Caucasian or white artists, because he was able to get in as a guest and shine and pretty much create a trail for other artists to come along behind him and make an impact as well. So he's more than a guest. He's actually a permanent resident. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, the only person that's not a guest of hip hop is the person that created hip hop. And who was that? Y'all might know. I don't know. I don't know who was the first person to ever be a rapper. That's the only person that's not a guest of hip hop, if you want to put it in the way that you guys are putting it. But each person that came in, Run DMC, NWA, Tupac, Biggie, each of them that came in and created this foundation, they all had their own styles. Now, every mumble rapper, we can say they're a guest, except for the first mumble rapper. All the other ones that came behind them sound the same. But that first mumble rapper created a foundation of mumble rap within rap. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing in hip hop. Hip hop is a martial art form. And for Marshall to come into that motherfucker and act like and start claiming you're a god, show me one. I bet you Michael Jai White ain't talking about he's a god of martial arts. Like,
no, because this is hip hop. People in hip hop always claiming they're the best. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we bow down to Bruce Lee. That's why we bow down to Chow Yun-Fat. Like everybody, you know what I mean? From the the directors of the films to the actors to the people. Now, these are art forms that we respect and we honor, and that's how he should operate. And anyone else who is not of the culture should operate and be comfortable being a guest.
No, see, I don't agree with that, because you're saying he's not of the culture when he's 1,000,000% of the culture. Him saying this in the way that he's saying it almost sounds like rap is black and that's all it will ever be, and that's all it should be, and that's all that's really allowed to be. That's the way he's making this sound right now. He's making it sound like people of any other ethnicity are really not welcome, and they are forever will be only guests. That's not right at all. When rap was created and founded, it was never, oh, you have to be black to do this. No, you just have to tell your story in a way that's almost poetic. That's really what it is. You have to tell your story in a poetic fashion with a good beat. That's what rap really is.
Culture should operate and be comfortable being a guest. I'm comfortable being a guest in the house of martial arts.
I am comfortable being a guest in the house of hip hop.
I like when people invite me over.
In fact, I feel lucky.
Yeah.
I literally wake up in the morning and say, I can't believe I'm actually doing this for a living.
It's dope.
And I'm actually making a very good living off of it.
Right.
Like, it really bugs me out completely. And I feel so honored that...
So you got to start giving back, Vlad. Give back to the kids in the hood, Vlad.
I'm down. I'm down. But, you know, it's just like, yo, like, I'm actually... I actually sit down with my idols, like the people that I idolized as a kid, and have conversations with them. Some of them have become my friends, and like it's dope, and I love it. And
you're dope at it, and you do it with respect and reverence.
I do it with respect, and I would never say I built this. This is my shit. I belong here. Like, you know, that's what Eminem said a lot. I belong here, clown. Don't tell me about the culture.
And then when you call a black man a clown, like he don't even know. Like, yo.
You look, if you work to be in the position that you're in, you have every right to feel braggadocious and say, I built this, I deserve this. Because guess what? If you didn't build it, if you don't deserve it, you don't have a right to say it. Because guess who you're going to be? You're going to be on the opposite side of the fence. You ain't gonna be where the grass is greener if you don't build anything. If you don't really deserve your accolades, you're gonna be on the other side of the fence.
About the culture.
And then when you call a black man a clown, like he don't even know. Like, yo, really? Like that's like he's and that stuff. And watching Lord Jamar's interviews and watching the stuff that how he even broke it down, I agree with 100%, man. Like he's using overtly racist terms of pretty much from calling him a house to only thing he didn't say was you're a
well, the last line on that song that Eminem said, it said, yeah, he's talking about Jamar, he said, yeah, your group was off the chain, but you were the weakest link.
Dude, how you make a chain reference? Like, I mean, I don't know. Even like clown, you're not supposed to call another black man clown because that becomes
See, he said your group is off the chain, but you're the weakest link. The beauty about rap is you can take things in so many different ways. Now, like Nick Cannon just did, if you take it and be like, okay, well, he just made a chain reference to a black man, slavery. Now, that's how he took it. Now, I took it in probably the way that Eminem intended for it, which was your group was off the chain, because off the chain is a term saying that we used to say way back in the day. It was a good term, like, yo, man, I just had that fried chicken, man, that junk was off the chain. Like, it's a good term. But a chain is this right here. The weakest link, that link will break off. It's not saying that there's one that's holding you down. If you're an actual link on the chain from a group that was off the chain, but you wasn't the strongest member of that group, come on. That's how I took that bar. That's how I took that line.
And clown, because that becomes from minstrel shows, blackface, like that's you don't play that. Like I remember there'd be times like that going back to the NBC shit, they'd be like, yo Nick, put on this red nose. Fuck out of here, I ain't want no fucking red nose. What the fuck you think this is? Like it's just shit like
give you a permanent red nose.
Yeah, like but they again, like either they don't know or this is some shit where they like, okay, you think you're gonna play with me. And I feel like that's again, individual racism is one thing. Institutionalized racism is something that's embedded in you, and he's been a product of that for a long time.
Well, there we go again. It's oh shit, I wasn't screen recording. That's just gonna make the editing process of this a little suck. Anyway, golly, I gotta sit through more of this than I really cared to. But oh man, this is something else, man. This is something else. I feel like it's very necessary to be covering stuff like this. And I don't have anything against Nick, Vlad, anybody, Lord Jamar, none of them, none of that stuff. But I think it's necessary to hear these conversations that are being said and to have the rebuttals, you know what I'm saying? Because some people might just consume it, take it in, and really agree with what's being said without looking at it from a different mind and a different perspective. So even though I might be, a little hard on these guys, it's just that I see things and hear things maybe different than other people see them or hear them and say them. But anyway, y'all, look, nonetheless, if y'all agree with anything that I had to say or disagree, feel free to comment down below, like this video, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the maybe not, but make sure you follow your boy right here on the gram, man, Twitter at all the kicks. Now I gotta edit this. It's gonna take me way longer than I care to spend on it. But to the next one.